is to elect a moderator. Do I have a motion? Mr. Doucette, you have a motion?
Yes, Mr.
Any discussion? Any other nominations? All those in favor of Berman Bundle? Berman, can I get sworn in? Thank you.
Please raise your right hand. I, Berman Bonville,
I, Berman Banville,
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so long
so long
as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
as I continue a citizen thereof.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I do swear
I do swear
that I will discharge to the best of my
I
abilities
will discharge to the best of my ability
the duties incumbent on me
the duties incumbent on me
as moderator of this meeting,
as moderator of this meeting,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of the state.
and laws of the state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You've got the job. Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out on a nice evening like this. And by the way, my wife said, you have to tell these people that you have to stop meeting like this. Article 1. To see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for regular instruction. Your school board recommends $6,389,430. Do I have a motion? I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Any opposed? Article 2, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for special education. Your school board recommends $2,576,380. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 2? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 3, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for career and technical education. Your school board recommends $0. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 3? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 4, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for other instruction. Your school board recommends $413,255. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 4? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 5, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for student and staff support. Your school board recommends $1,257,930. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 5? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 6, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for system administration. The school board recommends $740,450. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 6? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 7, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for school administration. Your school board recommends $798,935. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 7? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 8, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for transportation and buses. Your school board recommends $946,570. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 8? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 9, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for facilities maintenance. Your school board recommends $1,764,360. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 9? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 10, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for debt service and other commitments. Your school board recommends $0. Do I have a motion? I do have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 10? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 11, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for all other expenditures. Your school board recommends $0. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 11? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 12 and 13, raise the funds for the proposed school budget. Article 12, to see what sum the district will appropriate for the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, and to see what sum the district will raise and assess as each municipality's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act in accordance with the Maine Revised Statutes, Title 20A, Section 15688. The recommended amounts are set as follows. The town of Fort Kent will appropriate $6,990,931.60, and Fort Kent will raise $1,800,720. The town of New Canada will appropriate $474,125.46, and the town of New Canada will raise $184,931.67. The town of St. Francis will appropriate $559,274.53, and the town of St. Francis will raise $191,336.67. St. John Plantation will appropriate $389,944. St. John Plantation will raise $139,893.33. The town of Wallagrass will appropriate $1,261,000 to $754.30, and the town of Wallagrass will raise $304,898.33. The total appropriation for SAD 27 is $9,676,029.89, and the member towns will raise $2,621,780. Do I have a motion? This is a long one. And I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Seeing none. All those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 13, and this will be by written ballot. To see what sum the district will raise and appropriate in additional local funds, recommended $2,532,385, which exceeds the state's essential programs and services allocation model by $2,532,385 as required to fund the budget recommended by the school board. The school board gives the following reasons for exceeding the state's essential program and services funding model by $2,532,385. The state of Maine's essential program and services formula does not provide for the actual cost of operating expenses plus full costs of such things as special education, substitute teachers, supplies and equipment, professional development, athletics and co-curricular expenses, system administration support, increased cost of heating, energy, and diesel fuel, operation of plant and cost of transportation of students over long distances, as we have in MSAD number 27. The EBS formula underestimates inflationary costs and salary ranges that are characteristic of a community or geographical area. Yes, sir.
Does this pertain to,
I can't hear you.
does this pertain to this article over here? Last time we had a meeting, we were saying something about a student having to play sports. Is that still?
It was under the athletic article earlier. Yeah, and technically the pay to play is on the funding side. It's not on.
The articles on to the expense side of the budget. The pay to play is more on the funding side. So once we determine what the expenditure side is, then we determine what funding we have to offset it. The pay to play is one of those funding sources. So this article that we're voting on now is actually reduced by the amount that the pay to play is expected to bring in.
So I guess my question is, does the student still have to play sports?
Yes, and it's still part of the increase.
Say something about that.
George?
When I was in school, I played sports. If you would have been to sports, I probably would have never graduated. Sports for me was very important. My family spent a lot of money supporting me to play sports. These families that have kids that play sports, they pay a lot for gas, they pay a lot for food. If they have to play sports, finals, banquet, they pay for lodging as well. And the whole family gets together to support their kids, and it costs them a lot of money. And for me to have you guys charged as a student to play sports, I just, that's unheard of. And I don't agree with that at all. So, we can make a motion on the floor, but I will not until you can see if we can find a substitute or find money for these kids so that they continue. And I don't think, according to my calculations, you're looking at $10,000 to $15,000 for students to play. And this big budget that we have here, why can't we find $10,000, $15,000 to have these kids play sports?
Thank you for your comment. The pay-to-play came about based on you know, our reality of the cost of everything going up. Pay-to-play is not unheard of. If you look across the state, there are many school districts that are doing it. The intent is not to hurt a family that can't afford it. We have many community members. We have the Booster Club that are guaranteed to pay for the athletes that cannot make that $25 payment for the season. It's just to go in alignment. If you look at our recreation department, it costs $100 for a summer for a kid to go to the rec department. $100 just for morning programming. And if you want afternoon programming, you have to pay per program. That's way more than we're asking. So we're just trying to be in line with other entities in the town that sponsor athletics or programming, where we are trying to get a little bit of income from that. Again, $25 per season, $50 max is what we're asking. We are anticipating generating $19,000 from this based on the number of athletes across the grade levels. And the intent is not to hurt the athletes. The intent is to ask the parents for some help.
Any other comments or questions? If not, you have to see the ladies on my right to vote on Article 13.
2 no.
The vote is 40 yes, 2 noes. Article 14. This article summarizes the proposed school budget. To see what sum the district will authorize the school board to expend for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2025 and ending June 30, 2026, from the district's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Program and Services Funding Act, non-state funding school construction projects, additional local funds for school purposes under the Maine Revised Statutes Title 20A, Section 15690, unexpended balances, tuition receipts, state subsidy, and other receipts for the support of schools. Your school board recommends $14,887,310. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 14? Seeing none, all those in favor please signify. Any opposed? Article 15. Article 15 raises and appropriates funds for the school nutrition program. To see if the district will appropriate $822,930 and raise $157,930 as the local share for the school nutrition program, with authorization to expend any additional, incidental, or miscellaneous receipts in the interest and for the well-being of the school nutrition program. Your school board recommends an appropriation of $822,930, and the local share for SAD 27 is $157,930. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 15? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify. Any opposed? Article 16 authorizes the continuing education program and raises the local share. To see if the district will appropriate $330,840 for continuing education and raise $65,635 as the local share, with authorization to expend any additional, incidental, or miscellaneous receipts in the interest and for the well-being of continuing education program. So your school board recommends $330,840, and the local share is $65,635. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on Article 16? Seeing none, all those in favor please signify. Any opposed? Again, thank you for coming this evening, and don't forget the voting on this budget will be held in each of your municipalities on October 16th. Thank you very much for coming.
Move to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn, a second.